Hey, thank you for joining me again for one of our final videos on Success by Design, your comprehensive planning guide for all types of enterprises. Before I jump into the final information about how to put everything together, I would like to remind you to get on our website, successbydesign.biz, where you can access your copy of the guide, Success by Design, your comprehensive planning guide for all types of enterprises, as well as its companion workbook, Success by Design Workbook. This is where you're going to access the detailed information so that you can write a solid business plan. These business plans help you to plan for the future. They help you to strategize day over day in operations. They help you identify job descriptions, and they also help you identify exactly how much it costs to start, manage, and scale your organization at every level. So get your copies. You can also find additional copies of Success by Design book series, such as Success by Design Implementation and Accountability and Success by Design Steps to Starting, Managing, and Scaling Your Enterprise, all on successbydesign.biz. You'll be able to find all of our social media handles as well. We are on Facebook. We are also on YouTube. So be sure to find those handles on our webpage, successbydesign.biz. And if you want to schedule a consultation to learn more or become a certified exit planning advisor or a certified business plan writer, we definitely have those resources available to you as well. So let's go ahead and jump in. So now that you have gone through all of the videos and the worksheets and or have purchased your copies and worked through the process, you want to finalize putting your business plan together to make it where you can actually read it, it's legible, and it looks aesthetically pleasing, and you also are able to extract that data and begin implementing and executing the steps to starting, managing, and growing your enterprise. So one of the very first things we do is we write an executive summary. Your executive summary is really just a summary, a one-page summary of everything in your business or what the reader can expect to get into when they read your business. And so I go through the template and I talk about the different areas of your business plan, what you're pulling from. So definitely download the free worksheets. I don't have the template in front of me. I'm just looking at the book right now. But what we're going to be looking at, these are the sections within your executive summary. You're going to have a vision statement. Your vision statement should only be 2 to 3 short sentences about the organization. So in previous videos, you wrote a long expanded version of your vision statement. Now it's time to shrink it up and summarize it. And this is a really great tool. This is a really great way to use the Chat GPT functioning tool to summarize what you've already written, okay? You're gonna also state in 2 to 3 sentences the problem. And so we did this in market analysis. We identified the problem you were solving for when we're not gonna include your solution. So it's gonna be very much vision statement, problem, and then we're going to include 2 to 3 sentences detailing exactly what your solution is. And so what are you going to do to solve the problem? So we want to be very clear when we're reading your executive summary, who you are, what your company is all about, so that quick vision statement. Then we want to know, well, why do you exist? What is the problem you are trying to solve for in the market? And then we want to know, well, what do you bring to the market to solve for those problems? The next piece we're going to look at is highlights. And this section will showcase the strengths of your organization. So we only do maybe 2, 3, 5 at the most, I'd say, bullet points that highlight your organization, that make you unique in the market, that also maybe highlight some of the key leaders that you have. What are the things that make you stand out as an organization? The next area that you look at are keys to success. So this is a list of steps that you'll need to take to be successful. So we're only going to be looking at it for probably the first 12 to 18 months. And it could be as simple as step 1, writing and executing business plan, identifying exact cost or building appropriate sales and pricing strategies with our suppliers, vendor contracts, things of that nature. So it could be as simple as that, all the way to acquiring $5 million in funding, right? It could be any of those things. You just need to know what are the specific steps your organization needs to take in the next 12 to 18 months to be successful for the next phase, okay? And then the final piece that I like to include on here is financial projections. This will include the projected streams of income, expenses, cash flow, and or profit. So it's a snapshot. So everything you're referencing that's a snapshot of information is detailed further on in the actual business plan. So when it comes to the business plan, in the workbook, we have a very, when you download the workbook, we have a template specific to the business plan that goes through, I'm gonna pull it open here for you because it's quite lengthy. A business plan can be anywhere from, I'd say, 20 to 100 pages long. And it could be longer than that, depending upon the type of work that you're doing, any references or anything like that that you have, okay? So the business plan template, it's gonna be in the workbook, looks just like this. And so what it does is it tells you exactly what you're gonna have at each step in the plan, okay? So the first thing you're gonna have is a cover page. That's gonna include your logo, your business name, maybe some copyright data, anything about confidentiality that you want on here, your information, who wrote the plan. That's gonna be a cover page, much like an essay if you're writing an essay or a paper format, okay? Next is that executive summary that we just discussed. This is just a summary that says, all of those things we just went over is what they're about to read. Some executive summaries might include additional information. You can jump online and research executive summaries to find out what format you prefer. I kept it pretty simple and straightforward with the information that I've listed. Some like to highlight those key leaders, but you're already talking about that when you continue on throughout the book, throughout your business plan. So the next thing is your table of contents. And this actually is, you can see it, I'll just leave it there for a second. This is really everything included in your plan that we've gone over the course of these videos, okay? And so your table of contents is going to help them navigate, and you want page numbers on there as well. It'll help the reader navigate where they're going to find additional detail, okay? The next place is going to be those biographies that we discussed. It's really about the founder, about the owner, about your leaders, anything that has to do with those key leaders that you want to talk about. That's what would go next. And I generally will put in a photograph so you can have a face and a name that you can match, and then some information about them. We talked about this before. Why are they great leaders within this organization, and what qualifies them to be in the position to start something like this? So you also talk about some of your passions, maybe throw in a little bit of things that connect you and your audience, making sure that they understand that you are still a human being, and that there are things that you bring that are part of being a human being to this plan, okay? The next area that you're going to have in there is your vision statement. So in the templates, they're all just headings. You'll see some more of what the difference is and why this is important to download, but you'll have a vision statement. So that statement that you created and you summarized, that's where that will go. You make it look really nice. You'll also include on the next page your mission statement. So this is where all those statements are going to be. We also get into, I believe, core values. We list your core values and the definitions of what make you unique. What's awesome about this plan too is once it's written, you can extract data from this plan and you can give it to your marketing team. They can take some of this data and put it on your website. They can use it for creating content, writing stories, talking about those leaders in the company, recruiting. There's so many things that you can do with it. The next piece is your code of ethics. So we talked about those code of ethics. This is just a signpost. So as you can see in the template, we have a whole paragraph in there. This paragraph is really here to tell the reader what the purpose of these code of ethics are and why we've included them here. So it's a very standard paragraph of information. You can update this and change it to fit with what you'd prefer, but it's pretty standard across the board, okay? The next page that's going to be included, we actually keep blank pages in there. So if you were actually handwriting and wanted to go back and retype it, you could do that. And then if you download the workbook, you can also type it in that way with like a PDF writer. Next, you're going to have, we include this in here in our code of ethics, was conflict resolution, but we've included it in the template for you. It is a standard conflict resolution that goes through all of the steps and processes that you should take so that you're consistent, no matter how or who you're working with when it comes to conflict resolution. So that's a standard one in there as well. The next piece we look at is products and services. The products and services section is where we list out the different products and services that you are bringing to market. So we're going to describe what it is. We're going to have cost of goods in there. We're going to talk about the material and supplies. We're going to talk about what your retail pricing looks like. We're going to talk about sales capacity and goals. All of this was done in your products and services videos. We also talk about your net profit per product and service. And then that information is just so that you can drill down and you can understand exactly what you need to work on and tweak as you go. So just keep that in mind that if you haven't gone through the steps or the process for that, you need to make sure you do that too. The next page that we're going to talk about is going to be your, if I can get the page to turn, market analysis. We went over the market analysis in detail as well. This gives you the same thing. It's a paragraph that describes what to expect and what's coming. Now, this part of your business plan is just data and research, and it's designed to get information for you so that you can figure out what your go-to-market model and your marketing strategies are going to look like, which goes into our marketing campaigns, which is the next component of the business plan. So for marketing campaigns, this is what are we doing to strategize getting our name out there, letting people know we're here, we exist, and getting brand identity really established. What's our plan around that? What's our plan to interrupt the market so that people see us, they hear us, they want to know who we are, and that we attract people to us? What's our plan of engaging them so that they can get to know more about us and choose us over our competitors? And what are we going to do when we take them through our offer process? So all of that's part of your marketing campaigns and game plans, and you'll have strategies in here that include the name of the campaign, when you're launching the campaign, what are some of the messagings and content that you're going to be using, what are the platforms that you're going to be using for your campaigns, how long is this campaign going to last, how are you measuring and tracking success in the campaign, what are the costs, and who are the team members that are supposed to be helping manage these campaigns, right? Those are all included in this as well. So if you didn't do that, again, go back to those earlier videos and use those worksheets or download those books for you to go ahead and get that process started. All right, the next component is our operational plan. Operational plans really help you to separate your business into different departments so that you can start kind of taking off all of the hats and really just focus in one area of your business and figure out what those overarching goals are, who's responsible, what's the supporting technology that you need, what is it going to cost you to do that, what are some of the standard operating procedures. So this is very much everybody's kind of seeing what's happening, if it's marketing, if it's your finance and accounting department, whatever it looks like. Now, that doesn't mean that your people on your team won't work in different areas of your business. It just helps you separate the different areas of your business. We talk about this when we go over operational planning in our videos and what's the purpose there. And we drill down and we create very strategic plans for you. This data gets extracted for you to use on a day-to-day basis. We talk about how you set up meeting frequencies with your team, how you spearhead as a leader so that you can communicate to the team members responsible for these overarching goals, and what are you doing to track and measure success in this area as well. So that's a lot of good detail for you to run your organization. It takes a lot to go into it, but once you start doing it and you get a rhythm going, it's easy to manage and easy to adjust as you go. Okay, so all of those pages are broken up for you in the different suggested departments. If you have extra, they'll have extra pages in there for you as well. The next piece is your organizational chart and job description. So this is really just that hierarchy or that chain of command. So when you look at your departments or you look at your team members, how are they functioning? How are they working? So you're going to get a chart developed in that capacity with all the different job titles. And then you're going to have job descriptions. We do have templates in here for you that we talked about you downloading and using that just creates a quick and easy job description. So you would use those templates for this piece of your business that it lists the job title, the description, what their qualifications are, what are their overall responsibilities, who are they reporting to, what's the salary or any benefits that are included, are they full-time or part-time, so status of the position, all of that's included as well. So be sure to download those templates for you. Financial projections is the next piece. We do have that introductory paragraph that talks about what's the purpose of this and why we have it in the plan. This is actually going to be listing that profit and loss statement, the future projections, as well as all of the assumptions that come from that. So you're going to include anything that you use to pull those numbers. So a list of all of those costs and those expenses and any references to support how you pulled those numbers and why they're relevant today. Okay, so you'll have that in there and you can tell what your projections look like and what you're trying to spend that working capital on. All right, then we have, for the closing component of your business plan, we have exit and expansion strategies. If you're brand new and you really haven't even gotten this far and you can't think that far yet, we also talk about how you might change this into strategic phases. So if you remember in the beginning of your executive summary, we had keys to success listed. This is where you would list the bullets of your keys to success, and you go into further detail about what your game plan is and your strategy specific to each of those steps, okay? So those are some pieces and components, and that is exactly what you're going to find in the workbook if you get the workbook, and as well as that worksheet for download. So once you have done that, once you've got all of that information into one Word document or PDF, or it's all in one place, then you're going to read through it and you're going to fix it up. You're going to edit it, you're going to proof it, you're going to make sure that it reads well, you're going to make sure that it flows well, that it has transitional sentences, and that it's not choppy. And then you're going to change maybe some of the aesthetics to maybe your brand colors, and you're going to make it presentable. You can also take all of that data and you can create a PowerPoint presentation for others that you want to invite into being a part of the organization. You can develop out standard operating procedures. You can take and create your own pitch deck for an investment pitch. There are so many things that you can do with this. You can take the data, which I have seen and witnessed done, and you can actually put it into grant applications, and you can get awards, and you can be very clear and concise on exactly what you're doing, how you're going to do it, and where you're going. So that has been a conclusion for Success by Design, your comprehensive planning guide for all types of enterprises. For the guide and the workbook, the free worksheets, get onto our website, successbydesign.biz, to get your free videos, your free resources, or download the book. Purchase your copy of the book and the companion workbook, and stay tuned for additional videos to help support the entrepreneurial journey. Thanks again for listening, and I hope that you have much success in your business, in your enterprises, and all of your future goals. Thank you.